Hey everybody, it is Play697 back here with another video. Today we're going to react into this video by Bilal. Coulibaly. It's a future of the Washington Wizards. I said that wrong, I'm sorry, but this is on Big Herm 24's channel. Check it out if you want to, and yeah, let's get into it.
Bradley Beal and Kristaps Porzingis are gone, and the only returnee of their core three is Kyle Kuzma. They've brought in Jordan Poole and Tyus Jones as their new backcourt, which should be really interesting to see how the two look in larger roles. But the most interesting addition to me isn't Poole or Tyus, it's this year's 7th overall pick by Bilal Coulibaly. Not only did the Wizards see enough to select him at 7, they actually traded up one spot from 8th and gave up 2 additional second-rounders in the process. In Washington's post-Beal era, they were clearly looking for a star, and they think they got one in Coulibaly. Now, many of you may not know him all that well due to him being an international prospect and due to his meteoric rise up draft boards. He started this past year on the equivalent of Mets 92's JV team, a level below what Victor Wembanyama was playing at. But not only was he promoted to the top squad during the year, by the end he was a starter and one of their 2 or 3 best players. His improvement over the course of the past year has been insane. And throughout the LNB playoffs, he proved he could be more than just a 3-and-D player, which was his early projection. He was getting more offensive freedom and was thriving. So he climbed from a likely second-round draft and stash to a late first.
Hey, listen, I just want to point something out. He's a guard, and you finished for 2 people. That's a good sign right there.
Rounder to a fringe lottery selection to eventually on draft day, the 7th overall pick.
Oh, 7th
pick. He just turned 19 years old last week and will likely be sort of a project. But it's 6'7" with a.
Well, here's the thing. Right now, the Wizards need a project kind of player because they're doing a super rebuild right now with JP and Kyle Kuzma.
Ridiculous 7'2" wingspan and seemingly still growing. His potential is off the charts. The Wizards are betting that he will reach it, and I think they might be right. Bilal Coulibaly is the future of the Washington Wizards.
It really depends on his work ethic. He looks like he's got the talent. He just needs work ethic. And the real question is, how does his game translate to NBA? That's the same question I have with Victor.
Now let's.
And the answer was we still don't know. But the summer league was a good sign in the second game.
Take a deeper look at why. Before we get into the most mysterious player from the 2023 NBA draft, if you're
96.2% not subscribed, 3.9% subscribed. Hey, listen, if you're watching this video, I'm not begging you to, but if you want to, subscribe. You know what I'm saying. And go subscribe to Big Herm 24 if you want to.
Enjoy my content and watch a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you watched me before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. As seen by current NBA superstars like Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and others, playing against professionals in Europe can do wonders for young players before they embark on their NBA journey.
And you know, that kind of makes me think about Luka because people wonder, well, how is he so good at so young? He went through the NBA experience in EuroLeague and like the playoffs, and he had a Hall of Fame resume before he even got drafted.
Bilal Coulibaly, the 19-year-old wing who the Wizards drafted 7th overall just over a month ago, hopes to follow that path. Washington's new front office took a close look at Coulibaly before drafting him, and one thing that caught their eye was the level of competition he faced in the LNB Pro A French League with his team, Mets 92. Coulibaly was a fast riser, graduating from their U21 team this past season to the senior team after averaging almost 22 points and 3 steals per game. Once he arrived with the big boys, he quickly showed he belonged. It's part of the reason why we selected him for sure. Wizards GM Will Dawkins said of.
You know who this reminds me of? This reminds me of like Jordan Poole if he was 6'7" and had a 7'2" wingspan and jumped like Jonathan Kuminga.
Coulibaly's competition in Europe in an interview with the Off the Bench podcast with Chris Miller. A young guy like that, who athletically is still growing into his body, his defense was always going to be ahead of his offense. And he's got a mindset, a competitive mindset to get after it, an ability to get skinny, get over screens, guard multiple positions. Coulibaly's rise to the NBA was aided by his teammate Victor Wembanyama, who had scouts buzzing well before this year's draft. But there was no question Wemby would be taken 1st overall by San Antonio when draft day finally arrived.
Also, I hate to interrupt the video, but is this the first time that 2 teammates on the same team got drafted top 10?
With the eyes of the basketball world on Mets 92,
Tell me in the comments if you want to.
for the duration of the past season, both Coulibaly and
That's
Wembanyama
tough.
rose to the occasion. Coulibaly's draft stock rose
Lamborghini.
faster than arguably any other player in the weeks leading up to the draft.
Dang.
Talking to the coaching staff, we said,
You know, I hate the overhyping, but these clips, it looks like Jordan Poole, who's 6'7" with like a 7'2" wingspan, while also having Kawhi defense. I know it's just extreme over exaggeration, but this man is like, you can just tell that he can be something special.
let's try him out. Throw him out there, put him on the best guards, the best wings, put him on some bigs. Let's see what we have, Dawkins said.
A
He
defender.
understood the assignment and wants to get after it, but like you said, playing against grown men, this is not as big of a transition for him as it is for some of the guys coming directly out of college.
Dang.
Coulibaly's first
He's definitely got the finishing of like Jordan Poole mixed with a little bit of LeBron, I'd say, something like that. Maybe not LeBron, but tell me in the comments what you think about this guy, if you want to.
taste of NBA action came during the Las Vegas Summer League, which just concluded a couple weeks ago. His performance was reminiscent of a player who isn't new to the high competition level present. Over 4 games, Coulibaly averaged 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, half a steal, and a team-leading 2.3 blocks.
It is just Summer League, but I would say one thing. You can't say a player is not going to be good based off his first season. Every player's got to get adjusted. I think like Steph Curry, he didn't have a bad rookie season. That's a bad example. But there's bad rookie seasons that had a really good career.
At just over 30 minutes a game. He went viral a few times for the athleticism he displayed, especially on the defensive end. He's got a lot of moxie. He's got a lot of toughness to him. He knows that in order to give it, you're going to have to get it sometimes as well. He's not afraid of that, Dawkins said. I like that.
He's got the athleticism of J.K., Jonathan Kuminga. And he's got the handles of J.P., it looks like.
Guys that get after it and compete and have some bravado to him. He's a humble kid. He's going to work, keep working, keep grinding. The NBA regular season typically starts mid to late October, so Coulibaly and the rest of the squad have 3 months before the real test begins. He has shown flashes of brilliance over a small sample size, but can his game continue to grow and develop?
Hey, listen, this guy right here might be something different. I'm just saying, man. This might actually be the future of Washington Wizards, not JP. I still think JP is, though. But, I'm a JP fan, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but, get a little bit overhated in that playoff series, but
when developed to the level of being a serious contributor for the Wizards. Will Dawkins doesn't have many doubts. He knows he's got a lot to work on, and I expect his game to be at a different level than what he is right now. But for the most part, we just want him to get out there and have fun, play hard, and see what happens. But the Wizards clearly think he has star potential, and so do I.
And so do I. Now, we can't be overhyping him, though, because we haven't even seen him play a single game in the NBA, but, he looks like something special. Like Westbrook with, JP handle. I don't mean it. I mean, he just looks like Jordan Poole, but if he was 6'7".
And so do I. Bilal Coulibaly is the future of the Washington Wizards. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.
Hey, you too, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. This is on a Big Herm 24's channel. So go check it out on his channel if you want to. And I hope you have a blessed day. See ya.